my name is Latasha Dale Warren. I am a college and career coach for the Adult Education Division. I serve as a career coach for the local adult education programs here in Pulaski County. So if my target audience is high school students, if you do not finish your high school diploma, I more than likely I will see you trying to get your GED through one of our adult education programs. So the hard truth, the United States faces an alarming challenge that seriously, let me move this out the way because I can't, sorry about that, that seriously threatens our ability to compete on a global scale. So in order to be successful, when we talk about career development, we talk about different things. Career development is a very broad topic. And so when I was going to school, when I graduated high school, it was more so, oh, you have to get a you have to get a college degree in order to be successful. But nowadays, things have changed. So now many employers are requiring you to have some type of post-secondary education or job training programs. And those job training programs are offered through the Workforce Services, which is the WIOA, which stands for Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, which is something that the adult education program is partnered with as well. It's one of our cohorts. And so you must have a you must have a post-secondary education or some type of technical certificate in order to receive some type of training or in order to get a successful job of your choice. It used to be you could just get a high school diploma and go to work, but now companies are requiring more information, more credentials from you. So what is career development? Career development is very broad. As I stated, I teach career development courses through the state. And so it's more so of when we think about career development, we think about the progression of improving your skills to do your job or to attain better jobs. In actuality, you begin developing the skills you need for career development while you're in K through 12, believe it or not. Because when you meet with your counselor, you think about those AP classes, you decide to take up trade classes in high school. So these are some of the skills that you can transfer into the work life when you become an adult. You can transfer those skills that you learned in high school to the workforce if needed. So those are called transferable skills. And so it's always a cycle of continuous improvement. For myself, I always try to find ways to better my job responsibilities. I accept constructive feedback and I take those things and work on those. Taking a constructive feedback means that you are able to receive feedback from your supervisor or your boss or colleagues and try to make yourself a better employee. So career development is very huge in today's society. So, you want to make sure you are choosing the correct career path that you want to pursue. So when we think about choosing a career, you want to learn more about yourself. And what I mean is you want to take a look at your skills, your career goals, and your interests. You want to try it out. You want to volunteer in a related field. So for an example, if you want to go into nursing school, you can set up a job shadowing opportunity, or you can conduct a informational interview with a professional in the nursing facility. I know at Children's Hospital, they allow you the opportunity to volunteer. So if you are able to volunteer in the nursing department, then you will actually see what entails what nurses does on a day-to-day basis. And then you also want to focus on careers that pertain to your personality. So this is where your career assessments comes into play. You want to represent the lifestyle you want and reflect the goals you have set for yourself. So, writing out your goals, identifying your goals, and breaking your goals down into baby steps so you can accomplish those goals. So when we think about some options, I know they probably covered this early on, but when you think about your options, there are many options that you can choose from. So this is you in the middle. And so you have a university which is 4 years, community colleges, technical programs, you have apprenticeships. With apprenticeships, you can work while you learn. And employment, like I said, with just joining the workforce, if you decide you want to go into the workforce, you want to make sure you check with your Department of Workforce Services to see what type of job training programs or certificates that they're currently offering. And so then, of course, the military. The military is great because they will pay for your schooling. They pay for your schooling, and you do not have to enroll or enlist into the military full-time or part. You can enlist full-time or part-time. You don't have to enlist full-time. And so you can do the reserve. I have a little sister who recently is in the Army Reserve, and she has just about all her schooling paid for. So that's an opportunity for you as well if you decide you want to join the military. Now, I'm not advocating for the military, but if that's what you want to do, is something that aligns with your career goals, then definitely seek out the different type of branches of the military. So your personal access. When you look at this, you think about your education, you think about your skills and talents, your personality, and your connections. When you think about this, you want to make sure you find your biggest weakness and making it your dream job. For an example, if you lack the skills of math, but you really want to be a math teacher, then taking extra high school classes or extra high level classes in order to perfect your craft, in order to be that teacher or whatever the case may be. So you find something that you are good at or want to learn more about, and you hone in on it to make that your dream job or career or path that you want to take. But you also want to look at like informal studying, as such as there's a lot of websites out there that will give you information that will provide you with tutoring online for different things as it relates. For an example, if it was math, if that's not your stronghold. So you want to take those into consideration as well. So when you think about your access to jobs, you think about, what are you good at? So for an example, I know how to throw a good party. So if you were interviewing for a specific job, I am the go-to person for planning family events. But when you're interviewing, you can say, if I can coordinate all details for major life celebrations, I'm sure I can meet the organization demands for this job. So you kind of transfer those skills that you take the job description and you look at your resume and try to see if you can find any type of transferable skills that as it relates to the job or jobs or positions that you are applying for. And so, and I'll read another one. I figure out how to fix things. So when the dishwasher broke, I downloaded the user manual, looked up how-to videos, and fixed it myself. And so how that connects with the job is my ability to research and solve mechanical problems will be key for keeping the company's equipment in peak operation condition. So these are what employers are looking for. They're looking for those soft skills and transferable skills into the workplace. And so you want to challenge yourself. You want to be a better person. You want to be a better you. So, find out what you want to do and key in on those things. Start setting goals. If you want to, this is something that I do. I write out my goals and I put it on my mirror in my bathroom, because every morning I get up, I have to do my hygiene. So of course I would see that, and that will remind me of the things that I need to focus on. You want to find what you're good at and become great. So like I said, if you lack the math skills or whatever the situation may be, find information where you can improve in that area, and then also find what you're good at and keep educating yourself in that particular area. For an example, I'm a career coach. Of course, there's a lot of different information out there, a lot of articles, different information that I can use on resumes. So keeping myself up to date on current trends of resumes and different things of what employers are looking for is very key for my position. Just because you're in a position doesn't mean that you're not able still to grow. So you definitely want to keep yourself abreast in what you are in your career path. and then put forth an extra effort, even if it's not easy. So everything is not going to be easy for you. So you will have some obstacles, challenges along the way. So this is where you have to readjust and reevaluate your goals and try to get and accomplish them. So you want to hold yourself accountable. So now I'm going to talk about the four top soft skills. Of course, there are a lot of soft skills, but according to LinkedIn, the top four soft skills is leadership, communication, collaboration, is also teamwork, and time management.
What are these things called soft skills?
Okay.
Soft skills is a catch-all term referring to various behaviors that help people work and socialize well with others. In short, they are the good manners and personality traits needed to get along with others and build positive relationships. Unlike hard skills, which include a person's technical skill set and ability to perform certain functional tasks, soft skills are broadly applicable across job titles and industries. It's often said that hard skills will get you an interview, but you need soft skills to get and keep the job. Having the technical skills and knowledge to successfully execute our job duties is only one part of being the best we can be in the workplace. In addition to these hard skills, we also need soft skills. No matter what our position, organization, or industry, we work with people. Taking the time to build effective soft skills can lead to a more efficient, more harmonious, and more productive workplace, as well as to our own overall job happiness and satisfaction. Soft skills encompass both innate personality traits, such as optimism, and abilities that can be practiced, such as empathy. Like all skills, soft skills can be learned. Soft skills are personal characteristics that allow us to effectively relate to others. Applying these skills helps us build stronger work relationships, work more productively, and maximize our career prospects. Often, we place the focus of our career development efforts on hard skills, technological skills, sector-specific training, and other skills that specifically relate to our ability to get work-related tasks done. Unfortunately, development of this kind often happens at the expense of our soft skills. This is unfortunate because, unlike the sector-specific training, soft skills are directly transferable to any job, organization, or industry. You will need them wherever you go. They are an investment worth making. Soft skills aren't just about business or building careers. They are about life and living. If you want to learn more about soft skills development, contact us. John K. Whitehead and Associates. http://
So that's a short video of soft skills, just to give you an overview. Soft skills are very important. Soft skills, these are skills that you use and develop in everyday situations, not necessarily in relation to work. Some soft skills include organization and teamwork skills, as well as qualities such as initiative and attention to detail. So soft skills is something that you should have learned at home, such as, you know, your parents not telling you to wash the dishes, so you taking the initiative just to get up and go wash the dishes, or doing things without being told. And then the hard skills are those you learn through on the job or institutional training. So as most companies, if you have the soft skills, most companies will hire you and train you on the hard skills that they need. For an example, those are in a particular occupation, such as teaching, teaching for teachers. So they have to be able to plan. So the ability to use specialized tools for different teaching measures, or dental technician. So they will train you on those different hard skills that you need. So soft skills is very important in the workplace. So then we talk about leadership. Leadership is the art of motivating a group of people to act toward achieving a common goal. So in a business setting, this can mean directing workers or colleagues with a strategy to meet the company needs. So for an example, if you are in school and you are hosting or coming up with a project and you are the team lead, so you are displaying leadership skills, advising everyone of a strategy that must be used in order to accomplish the project at hand. And so this is a definition that I found by Professor Warren Bennis, leadership is a function of knowing yourself, having a vision that is well communicated, building trust among colleagues, and taking effective actions to realize your own leadership potential. So that goes back to, you know, building trust with your company policies, companies, work tardy policies, anything that relates to, I was trying to find words, anything that relates to your company policy, you know, building trust. For an example, I'm out in the field Monday through Thursday and my supervisor is not with me. So she knows that I'm displaying leadership because I'm at my sites on time. I leave when when I'm scheduled to leave. And so, you know, building that trust, my supervisor trusts me while I'm out at these local adult education programs. So the effective leader is passionate. They are visionary. They have a positive attitude and mindset. And this is the one that I really wanted to touch on, because it doesn't matter if you don't like your current situation. You may not like the job that you're at or anything like that, but having a great attitude and mindset in spite of your conditions will take you far. You know, it will take you a long way. You know, you may hate your job, but the skills and things that you are doing, you can transfer those skills to another job. You know, you can actually take something from that job and transfer to another job that you possibly are looking for. So having a positive attitude, having a positive mindset will take you a long way. And so one of the biggest things that I talk to my students about is you can't compare yourself to others when you're not putting in the work to reach your full potential. So you can't say, well, this student passed her test, but you don't know what this student is doing every day to come to class and studying. You know, you don't know what they're doing outside of class. So you can't always compare yourself to other people, because when you find yourself comparing yourself, you will be miserable and you will lose focus on your goals. So you want to make sure that you are having that positive attitude. And so communication is very important in the workplace. How do you meet the needs of others, identify ways in which improvement can be made, or determine how a specific job needs to be done? So you have to communicate with your coworkers or your colleagues or people at other students in your classes, because at the end of the day, communication is going to take you a long way, even if you don't like the person, but you're still displaying that leadership skill in you by communicating with someone that you may have had a disagreement with. So there's all types of communications. 3 of them, you have the oral, the nonverbal, and written. And so, you know, you think about the presentation, the audience awareness, your body language, and nonverbal, your facial expressions. You know, somebody can be talking to you and you all frowned up. So you want to make sure you watch out for those nonverbals. And so I'm just going to emphasize on these. I didn't say you were stupid. I didn't say you were stupid. I didn't say you were stupid. And so each one of them comes off different because you're emphasizing on the word say, you, and stupid. So you want to be mindful of that. And also with written, you want to make sure that you have email etiquette and, not use slang. You want to make sure you can talk professionally, both written and oral. So that's very important as well. And so then we're going to talk about collaboration, aka teamwork, which I think is is very important, because collaboration is essential in almost all aspects of life and in work. So you want to make sure that you have cooperation with your team, that you are willing to participate in different activities around the office. So that's very important. Collaboration skills enable workers to interfere productively with other colleagues. So successful collaboration requires a cooperative spirit and mutual respect. So you must show respect, even though you may not like that person, but you still must show that person respect. And so teamwork also, these are some more examples of Teamwork, you have the conflict resolution, unity and diversity, motivation. These are different things, other examples of teamwork. But I wanted to point out that about 75% of employers rate teamwork and collaboration as very important, yet only 18% of employees get communication evaluations at their performance reviews. So although they ranked it as being 75%, you know, for teamwork, but only 18% of companies only rate their employees on communication in their performance evaluations. So you know, you want to keep that in mind. So time management. Time management is self-explanatory. Prioritizing your tasks, whether it's at home or at work, sticking to deadlines, getting things done in a timely manner. You know, working on those high priority tasks first, and then working on the easiest tasks last, but you want to make sure you are productive at work. So how much time do we have? According to research, we have 168 hours in a week, minus the 50 hours for work, because most companies now, it used to be a 40-hour work week. Now it's more so, research have found that many people are working 50 hours a week. And then minus the 56 hours for sleeping. So that equals 62 hours of free time. So here are some time management principles. So write down your goals. Writing down your goals will help you know what you need to do for that day. Even if it's at work, you know, having a to-do list. So you want to make sure that you are aligning your goals with your work goals, or things or tasks that you have to get accomplished before the day is in. But I wanted to key in on learning to say no. I think that's the biggest thing that I struggle with sometimes, because once I say no, I feel guilty behind it. So learning to say no, it will allows you not to be pulled in so many directions. You know, sometimes somebody can call you and say, hey, Tasha, you want to go hang out? And your first response may be, yeah, but in actuality, you want to say no. Instead of saying yes, you want to say, well, let me think on it and I'll get back with you, or send that person a text and say, no, not today. So you want to make sure that you learn to say no sometimes, because if you don't, you'll be pulled in so many different directions and you will not accomplish your goals at hand. So procrastination excuses. And you can read these at your leisure, but I'm going to point out some. I'm too tired, I'll do it tomorrow, or I don't have enough time to do it all, so I'll wait until I do X, Y, and Z. So you want to make sure that you don't use procrastination excuses when you're trying to accomplish your goals of going to college, or getting a technical, going to Pulaski Tech or ULR, or anywhere you want to go of your school choice. You want to make sure that you don't keep putting it off, because that's what happened with some of my GED students. They kept putting it off, and now they find themselves in adult education trying to get their GED. And I'm just going to tell you, taking the GED test is way harder than completing high school classes. I mean, it's way harder. I couldn't even pass the test, and I have a master's degree. I'm just going to tell you, I cannot pass it. It's so important to complete your high school diploma, and don't put it off. So is it time versus priorities? So instead of saying I don't have time, try saying it's not a priority. So if I offer you $500 to clean my blinds right now, I bet you will make all the time in the world to clean my blinds. So that's an example of saying that, you know, people make time for what they really want. So you want to take that into consideration. And changing our language reminds us that time is a choice. If we don't like how we're spending an hour, we can choose differently. And then you want to make sure you be aware of the time zappers that you may display, like social media. You can be on Facebook for a whole hour, or Instagram. You know, it's 2 hours and pass you by, and before you know it, it's time to go to bed. So you want to make sure you're aware of those time zappers that rob you of your time. And I know I did this pretty quickly because I have to get to a meeting. So these are some the information where the sites where I got my information from.